Shalom. It's brother Kanak. Alright. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to you brothers out there doing the work. Alright. I just want to come to you brothers. Hopefully I can edify. Alright. I'm driving to work, so just bear with me. But I just want to bring out a scripture. It's a very basic scripture. It's a scripture that we all learn. Okay. Sometimes you got to go back to the basics. Okay, to understand the advanced stuff. All right. Now, it's not only important to read, but you have to also comprehend, meditate, and apply the scriptures in your life. And this is a scripture, all right, that you must apply daily. All right, and this should be incorporated and on your mind, meditating at all times of the day, staying in the spirit. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the scripture. And like I said, this is a known scripture that most brothers know. A lot of people read, but like I said earlier, you have to not only read the scriptures, you have to comprehend them, meditate on the scriptures, and also apply them in your daily lives. All right. So let me go right into it. This is 2 Timothy 2:15. It says, "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." And this is a real basic scripture, man, but it's really heavy. It's really heavy, man, because America has a lackadaisical spirit to you. And the only time you studying is when you cramming for some type of exam. But we are in class right now, man. But this is a long-term class, man, until we get up out of America. And we have to not only study, but we have to stay occupied in something that's going to be edifying to the elect, okay, and to the nation of Israel, okay, and building up your spirit, okay, and asking the Most High for much more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, study to show thyself approved. What studying should you be studying? What topics? Should it be about social media? Should it be about BET? Should it be about Steph Curry, how many three-point shots he makes, or LeBron James field goal average? No. This should be chiefly, it should be about the scriptures, understanding, going over the scriptures over and over, doing intensive and extensive reading, okay? Extensive reading is when you're reading a large amount of material, okay? And then you have to go back and do an intensive reading where you're going and you're looking at every detail. You're looking up words. You're going into the history. Okay, these are all things you have to do to really comprehend and understand the truth. Not only do you have to put your mind frame in the times of when the scriptures were written, but you have to go back into the history to understand the present. All right. Let me go back. It says, "A workman needeth not to be ashamed," and we are workmen, man. We're working. We doing the work. Brothers go out and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" "I'm doing the work." Going out there doing the work. You got to do the work when you're seen, and you got to do the work when you're not seen. You got to put in the time, man. All the greats that you see on TV as far as pertaining to athleticism, okay, your Michael Jordans, your Floyd Mayweathers, etc. They put in the work. Not only were they gifted in the craft that they're doing, but they actually put in the work when nobody was looking. And that's going to be the people, that's going to be the man that's going to go and that's going to stand strong for Yahweh Bashem Shai when somebody tries to come out and tries to debunk the scriptures and tries to go against Yahweh Bashem Shai. You're able to rightly divide the truth, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, because you put in the work. Stop being a lazy sluggard in this truth, man. All right. Get off World Star, get off YouTube. All right. If it's not portrayed, you have your time to do all that, man. I'm not saying that you can't do these things. All right, but when it comes to this truth, when it comes to anything outside the truth comes first. What's pertaining to the truth, man? It's studying, chiefly reading, okay, building comprehension, going into different articles, doing shows. All right, I'm driving right now to work. It's like 10 o'clock, man, 10 p.m. All right, I'm doing a show. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be drawn out. You don't have to have elaborate editing skills. All right, you got to push Yahweh B'Shem El Shai's word, because every brother has something to bring to the table, man. All right, this is Yahweh B'Shem El Shai's potluck, and every brother got to bring something to the table. You're not coming to the dinner with nothing, man. All right, you're invited. All right, you were invited to the dinner, the so-called potluck, so to speak, and I'm just giving you an allegory or example so you can kind of get a grasp of what I'm talking about. All right. We're all invited to this big dinner, this wedding, and you got to bring a gift, man. All right, bring your time, bring your knowledge and your understanding that Yahweh B'Shem El Shai gave to you. But of course, he's just not going to give you this knowledge just by snapping his fingers, which he could do that. All right, it's going to be manifested through you doing long out, not necessarily long hours of study, but it's going to accumulate to that. All right, putting your work towards heavenly things first. And then cardinal things come afterwards, man. Your woman comes afterward. Your kids come afterwards. All right. You might want to go to the gym, but you know what? You've been slacking off. You need to hit the scriptures. You've been wanting to do the sit down. All right. So, like I said in the beginning, this scripture is a very, very basic scripture, but you can't go into this thing just reading the scriptures. You have to meditate and you have to apply the scriptures in your life. This has to mean something to you. You have to have some type of vision. Mainly, you have to have faith. And through the faith of Yahweh, B'Shem Yahweh Shai, you're going to stay diligent and you're going to pray to the Lord to give you the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. And what's wrong with people here in America is that they don't want to put in the work. Brothers do not want to put in the work. If it was easy, everybody would do it. All right. The Lord picked chosen select men. All right. He didn't pick everybody. So everybody's not cut from the same cloth. The Lord didn't make everybody the same. Okay. Let me get one more scripture. All right. Just bear with me. In Isaiah. All right, I don't have to go through an elaborate breakdown, go through these deep, dark sayings. This is straight, quick to the point. I'm trying to get my point across, and hopefully I can be edifying to the brothers, and you guys can understand me and see where I'm coming from. That we have to stay diligent in this thing, and we have to study, things that pertain to the scriptures. All right, all things for the edification of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai's chosen elect men. Okay. Because you don't want to get caught with your pants down not doing the work. All right. Now this is Isaiah 28:9. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge? And that's a question. All right. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And how do you get knowledge? Through experience and in putting in the time to study. It really comes down to putting in the time to study and to look into things. All right. Look into the matter. Not just taking somebody's word. All right. And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Who shall he make to understand doctrine? If you're not putting in the hard work, how can you understand the doctrine? How can you be able to apply it in your life? And how could you tell other people to do it? All right. Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Okay. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. Right. From the milk. And them that are, man, you got to go back to the basics, man. You got to be a baby first, man. You got to sup on your mom's breast, man. And how do you do that? By staying active in the videos, by studying, going into the scriptures that the elders bring out. Okay, so you can be fully persuaded in your own mind that this is the truth, and pray to the true name Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, for stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people. So you gotta be so-called, you gotta be on your game, man. You cannot be a slacker in this truth. You already know what Revelation, the 3rd chapter, says about being hot or cold. So we have to realize and we have to apply these things in our mind, man. Set a time, okay, be disciplined. Set a time in a day that you study. Set a time in a day that you're reading. You know, set a date. You know, you can do a Sabbath show, or you can do a pre-game show before camp. Hey, man, you got to do the work. And with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, and double honors to the Apostle of Great Millstone. And hopefully, I was edifying to you brothers out there, and I want to say shalom.